asyong asenso? Vintage man ang damit, G na G pa rin. Nax, may butal sa bulsa.
G-invest na to!
Yan. Kasi isang ID lang, makakapag-invest ka na sa trusted local at global companies for as low as 50 pesos. Kaya ang investment mo, pwedeng maging negosyo over time. G, invest na! Si Asyong asenso, vintage man ang damit, G na G pa rin. Nax, may butal sa bulsa.
G-invest na to!
Yan. Kasi isang ID lang, makakapag-invest ka na sa trusted local at global companies for as low as 50 pesos. Kaya ang investment mo, pwedeng maging negosyo over time. G, invest na!
Good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday, mga ka-G funds, ATRAM funds, ka-ATRAM, ka-Gen G. Good evening, guys, and we are back to an all-new season of ATRAM Conversations where we feature investing, personal finance, manifesting, and basically anything revolves around money and financial world. I am your host, Ramas Caraga, and tonight, to our viewers here tonight, we see Miss Elizabeth Tariman, Sally Hamili. I see you guys. And to our 11,000 subscribers and followers all around the world, thank you so much for taking the time of your Thursday night. I know it's a happy Thursday, no? Whether you're tuning in from near or far, traffic man sa EDSA, waiting for your grab or angkas, mga kabeshi, we are excited to have you here. We hope you're ready for an engaging, informative, and of course, ang dami nating premyo that we'll be giving away later tonight. Okay? And tonight's the night. This is your chance to have your question. You have your questions answered by GCash and ATRAM. We have not just one, not just two, but three heavy hitters in the financial industry who both tech and financial markets leaders. Okay? Kaya naman guys, type in lang your question in the comment section. And if you see a QR code here, okay, start scanning it. Kasi malay mo, you'll be the lucky winner tonight of our merchandises. Okay? If you're looking for the stars, you're looking for the sign na when to start investing or when's the right time to manifest your investments, now's the right time. So hello to those who are watching in Facebook and YouTube. We are live, no? So I see shout out from Sean Sarampudin. Okay? I see also Miss Elizabeth Tariman. Yes, you're the first. Okay? Sammy Hamili. We also see friends from ATRAM. I see JP Chong of Makati. Okay? Okay, we also see number of just coming in, no? We see Ronald Rencho. Okay, hashtag Atram sa Kalam, of course. Thank you very much. Okay, we want to know where you guys came from, no? If you're in traffic in EDSA, if you're going home, we're commuting, going home. Okay, while you're waiting, we're here for you guys. Okay. Okay. Yes, good evening, Lane Shete and Evelyn Suyat. Good evening, guys. We also see Brian Amado. Okay. Okay, later on, Brian will answer some of your questions, no? Okay. We also have friends from Dubai as well. Okay, we can see you. We can see you. Okay, hello, hello. Okay. And also some of our friends in Gcash as well. So, yeah, Miss Laney, good evening. Okay. Guys, thank you for your support tonight, for tuning in, and of course, for your continuous following our social media pages. But before that, before we start giving out prizes and sharing our secret sauce about bond funds, as you can see here, survey muna tayo. May I ask, sino dito ang mga invested sa G funds? Okay? Can I get a thumbs up? Yes, Miss Jocelyn Berdan from Bahrain. Hello, hello po. Okay. Let's see who are those audience na may G funds already. Okay. Yes, Mr. Nax Alcano, we will answer your questions. Okay. Jayma, okay. Okay. Brian Amado, okay. Let's go. Come in the questions. All right. So congratulations sa inyong magandang investment decision and keep it up. And tonight, we will share you some of the, mga secrets of our prestige guests later. And if you're someone who hasn't dipped their toes in the world of financing or investing, okay, someone who is fresh to start investing their money, today's live stream is all about helping beginners like you understand the basics, know what to look, what is the perfect fund for you. Okay, I know many of you guys are excited. Okay, you are excited to know what is the secret of ATRAM's bond funds and the best practices that we use in investing. So don't worry, guys, we got you covered. Yes, Miss Altea, hello, watching from AE. As we dive into the world of income investing, all about money, we hope to shed some light, okay, to this excellent fund work and why is this may be the important part of your portfolio. Okay, but before anything else, we would like to shout out our friends in ATRAM. Okay, we also have friends in Seedbox communities. Hello. And to the G Invest community as well. Maraming po salamat for tuning in. And also to the other financial literacy communities. Magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Okay? Also tune in as we are giving away limited edition ATRAM merchandises throughout the show. So yes, you heard it right. Okay? May mga giveaways tayo, but limited edition. I'm sure it will be very, very useful for your daily lives, no? So stay tuned in. And hello, Miss Evelyn Suyat from Hong Kong. Maraming po salamat for tuning in. And here are the ways to win these prizes, no? As you can see, on your lower left or lower right, there's a QR code. Hindi ko po yan QR code for my GCash account, but that's a QR code to join in the raffle, okay? And or if you don't have an extra phone, you can click on the pinned comment in the comment section below your screen to earn a raffle entry. And winners will be posted on our Viber community, which is #AtramPH community. Guys, let me just plug in. Our Viber community is #AtramPH community, where we give prizes, tips, updates in the market. Okay? Next, for the next 3 lucky sharers of this live stream, okay, you will be mine tonight. Joke lang. There will be prizes also for ATRAM merchandises as well. So keep on sharing, okay? Keep on sharing those streams to your Facebook accounts, to your YouTube accounts. So one of you guys will be the winners of our prizes. And don't forget your #ATRAMConvo so we can see you guys. For now, to our new investors or mga froshies tonight, I like to call them froshies kasi ito yung mga bagong salta in the world of investments. Those who will be opening their G-Funds account, starting tonight until April 23, open a G-Funds account, send us a screenshot of your newly opened G-Funds account, and make sure you invested in the right product, which is ATRAM as well. When you screenshot that, send to our marketing team, which is marketingservices@atram.com.ph, and you'll get the chance to win special ATRAM merchandises as well. Okay. Yes, Ronald, we are also excited for that. Okay. And also, just to test your brain cells, no, we also have a small quiz trivia game for you guys, and I hope na masagutan natin yon. Perfect for our active participants tonight. Okay. We are excited to be joined by some of the most knowledgeable, most experienced professionals in the field, and surely maraming investments to, who will be sharing their insights and their secrets on how to invest or answering your questions on investments. First off, we have ATRAM's very own head of local markets, Miguel Liboro. Miguel has 11 years of experience in the field of treasury trading and asset management. He completed the BAP Treasury Certification Program and awarded the #1 rank most astute investor in Asian currency bonds. You heard it right. If we have the sexiest man alive, Chris Evans, we have Miguel Leboro, who is the most astute investor in Asian currency bonds since 2015 to 2021 and most astute investor in Asian G3 bonds from 2018 to 2019. We are also joined today by our partners in GCash. Hello mga ka-GCash. Hello to our partners there who are watching tonight. No, mga ka-beshies. We have Mark Ilaw. Is currently the customer success head for wealth management. Okay? Mark is graduated magna cum laude with a degree of ME or management engineering from the Ateneo de Manila University. He earned his CFA and also his CIPM, which is a certificate in investment program measurements. Okay, and presently Mark is one of the board of trustees of the CFA Society in the Philippines. And last but not the least, we have Sir Andrew Cao, Chief Marketing Officer and Head of ATRAM Funds. Andrew has several years of experience in asset management and in banking. He has various stints in PS Bank, UCPB, PNB, ING, and he already managed certain role in ING as head of retail channels and in marketing. Sir Andrew has a BS Management Financial Institution at De La Salle University. And also, shout out to 211,000 followers of Sir Andrew Cao. Guys, key in. We are here. We are live. Okay? Guys, good evening. Good evening, Miguel, Mark, and Sir Andrew.
Evening, Ram. Evening, guys. Si Andrew yung tunay na bigati. Ano?
Oo nga. Good evening, good evening, good evening, gentlemen.
and
Good evening.
yun, sir.
Good evening. Good
Guys,
evening, everyone.
I know it's a Thursday night, pero feeling ko Friday kasi we have a long weekend. Do you have any plans this long weekend? Miguel,
Yeah.
Mark?
Well, ako dude, medyo traffic to get home from the office today just in time to catch this, to catch the live stream. So, that's how far my plan was lang muna. Umabot sa bahay para di malate para dito.
How about you, Mark?
Yeah, ako actually, my wife and I welcomed our firstborn born a couple of weeks back. So,
Congrats.
mag-aalaga ako. And while I'm at it, I'm thinking, mag-uumpisa na ako ng portfolio ng baby na to. Di ba? So,
Yun.
let's start the journey as early as possible.
That is correct, sir. And Sir Andrew, do you have any plans tonight? Or for the long weekend?
Sorry if I'm coming in laggy or am I coming good? Again, for the
Good.
weekend, pahinga lang. Pahinga. Hi, Ronald. Pahinga lang. We all need a rest for all of us, right? And looking forward for everyone to get some rest and sabak talaga to it for next week, right? In terms of how the markets are performing, how so far, no? Maganda is that everyone's here again this evening listening to us. Miguel, Mark, I'm sure they're all thirsty to listen to what we have to say and to learn, no? These types of sessions are always a learning, it's a chance for us to share what we know and basically what is happening in the markets and best investment tips. Yun ang mga inaabangan ng mga tao and let's get the ball rolling, Ram.
Yes, sir. I'm sure excited, especially with Gian Michael De La Ponya watching from Quezon City. Okay, for my first question, this is for Miguel and Mark. I know we've been talking about investments, and today's topic is about bond funds. And can we ask you guys, what are bond funds and G funds? No, how do they work, and what are the benefits for our investors if you invest in G funds and specifically for bond funds?
Sige, I can go first. So, I know marami ng actually advanced investors in the crowd today, but for the benefit of those na medyo mas bago, maybe I'll take a step back tapos let's talk about what is a bond ba really, diba? What's a bond? So, sa madaling salita, yung bond, utang lang yan, diba? A bond is actually a financial security, pero it's just debt. Yung nag-i-issue ng bond is the entity. Normally, it's a company or the Philippine government, kung government bond, na humihiram ng pera from us investors, di ba? So when they issue that bond, we investors, we buy that bond, and the issuer pays us a certain amount of interest. So parang loan siya in reverse. Parang loan siya, pero tayo yung nagpapautang sa bond issuer. So that's what a bond is, di ba? Now, what's a bond fund? A bond fund is just a fund, mutual fund or UITF that invests in these bond vehicles, diba? So it allows you, us retail investors, to invest in bonds and be able to get a lot of diversification. Kasi actually investing in bonds, di siya kasindali as investing in stocks. Medyo mas kailangan mo ng mas maraming pera, medyo mas mahirap siyang asikasuhin because of the paperwork. So investing in a bond fund allows you to bypass a lot of that and get that exposure pa rin.
Yeah, and then siguro I'll take in the second half of the
Go
question.
ahead, Mark.
Yeah, para dun sa mga hindi nakakaalam, yung G-Funds po, this is actually a feature within your GCash app. this is one of the offerings under G Invest. Ito actually yung original. So dun sa mga investors namin, mga clients namin, you might know yung G Funds really as G Invests. As you can see dun sa GCash app nyo, ngayon kasi iba-iba na yung investment options natin. So now yung original G Invest is called G Funds. Now, G Funds, anong makikita mo dyan? Basically, it's a marketplace where you can buy and sell investment funds. One of which is yung kakabanggit nga lang ni Miguel, yung bond funds na meron tayo through our partner, sila ATR. And yung maganda dito sa G Funds is yung true to our mission of finance for all, we really try to eliminate yung barriers to investing. So as low as 50 pesos, people can already start investing in different investment funds. So in gist, yan yung benefit of being able to access yung G Funds.
I like what I'm hearing, Mark, no? For as low as 50 pesos, our friends, our viewers tonight can start investing. And I guess yan yung mga features of G funds that we are waiting, no? So, for you, Mark, no? Aside from low minimum na 50 pesos, what other features of G funds that our investors should be aware of? And how do this feature differ from other investment options or platforms?
Okay. So I think unang-una, it's really the end-to-end app experience. Kasi before kung iisipin mo, gusto mo mag-invest, ang hirap kasi maraming requirements or you have to go physically to a branch or to an office. So what we really did was kung ano yung pinaka-convenient way na possible for people. And right now, we have over 70 million GCash users. So practically 8 or 70% of all Filipino adults merong GCash app. With that access, you can already start investing in different investment funds. So it's really the end-to-end experience. And then secondly, yun nga yung affordability na dati marami tayong dahilan na mahal kasi
That's true.
mag-invest.
Yeah.
I need to set aside a sizable amount of money. Ngayon, if you can buy a cup of coffee or milk tea, dapat pwede ka rin mag-invest, right? And yung maganda pa sa G Funds, one last thing is, now you have different options and depending on your risk profile, thanks to the support of our partners, nakikita yan ng mga users natin. Ano ba yung risk profile mo? Conservative ka ba? Aggressive ka pa? And based on your profile, meron tayong iba-ibang funds that will be suitable for you, that will help you achieve your goals.
Okay. I want to catch that. Conservative ka ba? Moderate ka ba? Or aggressive ka ba? So Miguel, I have a question here, I guess, and most of our viewers wanted to ask, how do investors choose between different types of bond fund products in G funds?
Okay. So there's no real specific answer. So I'll take a step back, and see Andrew will like this analogy. Diba?
Yes.
So think of investing in a fund, in this case bond funds, na parang bumibili ka lang ng sapatos, right? Yung size mo, never naman siya magpapalit diba? Same shoe size ka lang. But you buy different types of shoes for different activities, diba? Kung nagsa-soccer siya, may soccer shoes ka. Kung nag-run ka, may running shoes. Kung kailangan mo pumorma, may sneakers ka. Iba-iba, diba? Di naman pwede yung bibili ka ng soccer shoes tapos gagamitin mo pang drive, diba? Medyo kalokohan yan. So, in that same vein, when you make an investment, it always has to fit what need you have for it. And your needs are different. So, when you're looking at something na, let's say, short time horizon, diba? So, let's say, April na ngayon, balak mo pumunta sa Boracay in December. Di na gaano kalayo yun, diba? And alam mo, for sure, kahit anong mangyari, kailangan mo ilabas yung pera mo, pambayad ng hotel mo, and all the things that you booked today. Bibili ka ba ng very aggressive strategy? Probably not, diba? Kasi you have no choice na pagdating na December, kung lugi ka dahil yung market mahirap, you'll have to realize that loss. So why put yourself in that position? So you would invest in a more conservative fund, like our money market fund, which was the first fund I believe on G Invest, diba? Now let's take another step back. Let's say na okay, wala ka namang immediate requirement. You're willing to take a little bit risk. You're willing to leave it for maybe not just a few months, but maybe a year. Then you could invest in something with a bit of a longer time horizon. parang performance shoes, diba? Mas may risk ng konti, pero yung potential return mo, mas mataas, like the
Yeah.
ATRAM total return peso bond fund. So, how do you choose? It depends on what your objective and your time horizon is for that particular investment. Walang tao na money market lang. Walang tao na bond fund lang. Walang tao na equity fund lang. Depende sa pangangailangan mo for that investment.
I guess Sir Andrew would like to chime in, especially in shoes, no?
Again, I mean, number one is that really choose is difficult investment. Sabi ni Miguel, for example, let's take of our friend Mark. Mark, he said that he should be looking into already investing for his newborn child, right? Ika, parang medyo long-term yan, talagang really long-term. Hence, he can afford to really have to invest in a long-term type of investment that yields a little bit higher return, di ba? Ang example ni Miguel kanina, kailangan ko yung pera for my trip soon, so I cannot afford to lock up my money too much, right? Too long. Hence, I can only invest in more or less this. So really, horizon, your investment horizon should be always taken into account. Mark mentioned earlier the risk return profile. Yung ika nga, what type of investor are you? Are you a risk taker or are you a risk averse? Yung takot sa risk. So I mean, these are stuff that we need to consider. And by the way, liquidity is always a very important thing. Tipong mag-i-invest ako, hindi ko kailangan na yun rin yung pera. I can afford to invest in it, no? Little that people sometimes misnomer in terms of misconception when it comes to investments. I'll put literally everything I have in investments. It is supposed to be something that is excess funds, no? Dapat when you invest, normally mag-invest, may savings account ka, may G-save ka, no? Normally dapat you move to insurance, you are big, so you want to protect yourself, right? Then third, merong papasok na yan dyan yung investments, no? When it comes to investments, ayan, these are the types of considerations that you need, no? When it comes to investments, normally it's not, you don't put everything. It is something that you can set aside and you don't need that much. You don't need that money at that particular point in time. You know? So all of these bond funds that Miguel and Mark mentioned earlier are generating very, very good returns now.
Yeah.
Miguel, bakit nga ba nakakapag-generate tayo ng magandang return? Maybe give them a little bit of info or what's happening in the markets. Ika nga na why these types of investments are good investments that they should consider right now.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Andrew. I think one thing is there's no single investment for every environment, diba? Kaya tulad ng sabi nga ni Andrew and Mark kanina, yung diversification, which is not putting all your eggs in one basket or one strategy, is very important. Kasi yung best example, I think, COVID, diba? Nung sa 2019 tayo, wala naman tayong idea na mangyayari yung 2020, diba? Or anong mangyayari. And when 2020 happened and COVID happened, halos lahat ng equity markets in the world tumalbog, diba? Like, because risky yung equities generally, and nahulog lahat yan. But what happened, diba? Bond funds, although initially nahulog rin, by the end of the year, bond funds, like the total return peso bond fund, were up double digit, up, I think, 11% full year 2020. And that was at peak COVID. And the reason is because bond funds generally are the safe haven or safe haven investment, safe haven asset. So kung sumasabog-sabog na yung mundo, many times a bond fund is going to do well. Kasi dyan pupunta lahat ng pera ng tao when things are uncertain. So that's kind of like what happened. And that's why noong 2021 and 2022, medyo bumawi ng konti, di ba? Kasi umo-okay na yung mundo, bumabalik na ng konti, and that's why interest rates started to go up. Jenny, could you share that one slide lang? Maybe we can show everybody. So 2020, we had, so much bad stuff happening in the world. COVID, Russia, Ukraine, and bond yields went down. So kung nakahawak ka ng bond fund, kumita ka. Pero pababa na yung yields. Over 2021 and 2022, dahil paakit na rin yung inflation, alam natin lahat yan,
Yes.
umakyat rin yung bond yields. So kahit na masama yung pag-akyat ng inflation, of course, for us as consumers, at least sumabay yung bond yields. And that's what this graph over there shows, guys. Now, nabanggit ni Ram earlier, I've been working in the industry for over 10 years, not as long as Andrew, may itim pa dito. But
Yes.
yung current, if you go back to that slide, you'll see na where interest rates are now, guys, medyo mataas. If you look at that, yung white line, guys, that is the yield of the 5-year Philippine government bond over the last 11, 12 years. And as you can see, it hasn't been anywhere close to this high except for one other period noong 2018. So what does that tell us, guys? Yung inflation, pababa na. Kita mo dyan sa top ng graph, di ba? Nag 8.7 siya, tapos ngayon nasa 7.6 siya. So ano mangyayari sunod? We think that bond yields are going to go much lower. Nag-umpisa na, kita nyo, above 6%, ngayon below 6% na. And feeling namin by year end, pababa ng pababa yan. So the time to buy bond funds is now, before bumagsak yung yields, before tumaas yung.
That is true. I mean, looking at the graph, no, I'm not a professional chartist or technical analyst, but if you look at the graph, medyo ano na siya eh, paslant na rin siya actually, di ba? And I guess Miguel and Andrew could answer this, no? What are the factors that should they consider, such as fees, risks, and potential returns in investing in bond funds? I guess Sir Andrew could answer first.
Well, in terms of when it comes to the first question mo, Ram, is fees, no? By the way, before I answer that, I see a question here by Chris. Maybe we can show that. Actually, yung inquiry mo, Chris, si screenshot ko, papakita ko kung saan ako naka-invest, ha? Pero tatakong ko yung investment ko. No. But the thing is, where am I invested? To be honest, I invested in all of the funds, even the other funds in G funds, even not ATRAM funds. To be honest, why? Because it's so convenient. Napaka-convenient. No? Earlier kanina si Miguel and Mark was mentioning about bonds. Do you know before GCash, G funds, ang hirap mag-invest sa bonds.
True.
Minimum 100,000.
Correct, sir.
Ngayon, mabibili mo for 50 pesos at the minimum when it comes to investing. Unbelievable. That is what we're talking about earlier about barrier to any. Tinanggalan na natin yan at basically we made it available to you guys. And that is basically the mission of us in terms of this partnership, right? In terms of financial freedom for you guys to start investing. No, sorry, ang dami ko pang sinabi, but yung mga ini-investan ko is the peso total return. Tignan niyo na lang ninyo sa app ninyo. Ayan, tignan niyo, mapapansin niyo yung graph pataas. Ayan. Yan. Ayan. Peso money market. Peso money market. Ayan, ganyan.
Very steady.
1 year return 2%. All of these returns that you are seeing here are net of fees, net of taxes. So earlier you were asking about fees. Someone was asking about fees. Lahat yung mga fees na already tucked into the price. We took out the price already, and hence basically may mga fees niyan, since we're talking about bond funds specifically, napakababa. May 0.5. Money market is 0.5. The bond fund is 1%. Napakababa in terms of, and this is per annum. And you don't need to worry about the fees because it's all tucked in already to the price, right? And that is something that is, again, making it convenient. No excuses in terms
Hindi mo na kailangan pumila sa bangko, sir. You don't have to line up.
No? Guys, unbelievable in terms of the access that we have now compared to dati. Yung panahon ko, sinasabi nga ni Mil, panahon ko, talagang medyo pahirap ang mag-invest, no? To be honest. And this is something definitely for all of us to really consider in terms of investing in it. Kasi normally when you talk about investing, Mark, you can probably coming from where your previous previous life, stock market agad eh. 'Di ba?
Yeah.
Stock market agad. When you say investment, stock markets,
Yes.
stock market, the equities. It's not always that the case, right? It has to fit your whatever your investment objective, your profile. Right, Mark? What do you think?
Yeah, totally agree, totally agree. I think kanina na pag-usapan niyo na Sir ni Miguel, kailangan talaga pipiliin mo yung investment na babagay sa pangangailangan mo. And I second what Miguel said na walang tao na yung investment niya puro stocks lang or puro money market. It's going to be a combination of all of these things. Kasi kung tutusin, para siyang toolbox right? So for each particular problem that you have, syempre meron kang specific tool na gagamitin doon. And no tool will actually address all your problems. So, kailangan gamitin mo ng tama lahat yan. Kailangan naintindihan mo yan. And that's how you will really make investing work for you. It's not complicated. Just make it
Yes.
simple. Again, the access is there. And may I add lang, no? On top of the access, I think yung sobrang swerte ng mga tao ngayon is really the variety of investment options that they can already
Agree.
put their money into. In fact, a couple of months ago, we added yung funds ni ATRAM, 4 additional funds ninyo. These are ESG-related funds and maganda rin yung mga exposure nila. So, wala na talagang excuse ngayon na hindi ka mag-invest, sa totoo lang.
That is true, Mark. I mean, it's by the use of your cell phones or laptops, anyone or everyone can, invest in or be part of that, of that community of investment. But there's a question here, I guess Andrew and Miguel could answer from Brooke Ocampos. If by year end, mag-drop siya, how would we protect ourselves from potential losses? Or mali lang ba pagkakaintindi ni Brooke, no? So I would like to get your
Okay.
your insights on this.
Yeah, I can take that one naman. So, no, your understanding is correct naman, no, Brooke. So, ideally, yun nangyayari because one of the main points of investing in a fund is that we're trying to time, the strategy is trying to time the market for you, diba? So, hopefully, nakatake na ng profits for the most part bago magpalit yung trend, diba? But syempre, sometimes you can't get it right all the time. Now, if you're invested in the fund, of course, tatamaan ka pa rin every time the price goes up or down of the bonds inside the fund. Kasi papalit rin yung market value ng fund, di ba? Yung NAV. The only way actually to lock it in and to make sure na kung bumaba nga yung market, safe ka na, is to redeem or withdraw your investment. So you'll be safe if the market goes down. But on the flip side of that coin is, if the market continues to go up, that you won't be able to participate in that. So that level or the amount at which you would prefer to take profit kung tumama ka na sa certain target is personal to everybody. Diba? I don't naman think na, naglagay na ako ng pera, iwan ko forever. No, you have to decide, babalik tayo sa sinabi natin kanina, diba? What is your time horizon, diba? What's your time horizon? Now, if your view on the market is medyo positive ka naman, kahit na kumita ka na now, would you take it out now when you think that the market's still gonna go up? Only you can answer that question.
If I may add then, Miguel, for me, to my personal investments, what I do every 3 months or every 6 months, na tinitingnan ko lang siya or nire-recalibrate ko lang siya. Okay, if this fund is performing well, stay muna. But if this fund is medyo mabagal, or I think from your market updates in ATRAM, hashtag ATRAM PH community, sinasabi nila mabagal yung takbo ng isang market or isang asset class, I move in, di ba? And sobrang dali lang with G funds because in that app, we can basically do those things, di ba? So, but for the last question, before we have a little break here, mga MMAs, Miguel, Mark, and Andrew, what are some of the misconceptions about bond funds and the investment virtual wallets? I know we are here in a digital age, and how can investors avoid these misconceptions and make informed investment decisions as well? I guess Mark
Sige,
could
si Mark na lang
go in
muna. Mark
first.
muna.
Yeah, siguro I'll take the question related to ano, yung sa virtual wallets. Well,
Yes.
first of all, in terms of wallets, I think a lot of people, yung perception nila dyan is it's really for sending money, for spending, buying load, and that's really how e-wallets came about at the start.
Mhm.
Pero with the evolution of the different offerings over time, makikita natin na yung perception na to hindi na rin totally accurate kasi you can do a lot of things talaga with your e-wallet, much like what you experience through GCash. So that's one. It's a common misconception na
Yeah.
sending of money lang yung kaya mong gawin dyan. Now you can already invest. In fact, binanggit na rin ni Sir Andrew kahit paano kanina, you can even start saving or buying insurance. Marami na tayong services or use cases na tinatawag. The other common misconception when it comes to investment, virtual wallets in particular, I would say are the following. No? First, yung iniisip ng tao, it's actually hard to do. It's complex. But in reality, again, within your app and with a few taps, you can already transfer your money from the wallet balance straight to the investment of your choice. And yung education part, yung trying to get to know what you are getting into, ano ba yung investing, hindi na rin dapat ganun ka taas yung barrier na yan kasi we try to keep people informed. Marami tayong mechanisms to actually guide clients and kaya tayo may mga ganitong forums so that more and
Such as
more
this
people
one.
will be
Yes.
aware. Yes, exactly. And then I think the last common misconception when it comes to investment virtual wallets na I see people doing, it's only for trial. Inisip nila, kasi mura lang yan, 50, sige, let's try it. But
Yes.
what I want you to do is to become like Mr. Andrew Cao. Na I'm sure si Sir Andrew, merong hundreds of thousands yan sa kanyang G-Funds account. So, really, no, don't just do it one time or itry mo lang. Gawin mong part ng lifestyle mo yan. Kasi nga, ang dali na ngayon it's very convenient.
That is true. Actually,
Actually,
kahit lang institution or established places, may GCash na eh. Diba? I'm sure Sir Andrew also have comments on this, sir.
Actually, tama yun. I see a comment there no, about cost averaging. I see a comment there about, naglalagay siya ng 200, 500 pesos regularly. That is the right investment habit, guys,
True.
to be
Yeah,
honest, right?
totally.
At the end of it, regular investments, Kasi we made it 50 pesos. We made it 1,000 pesos. Don't expect to get big returns from that amount. Kailangan magdagdag tayo. Make it an investment habit. Tama yan. Kung I see kanina earlier na pamamanan niya, nag-invest sila for G funds para ipapamanan niya eventually sa mga anak niya, that is the right way to go because again, investing in it and let it grow. Technically ako, I invest, put regular money in it, and I forget about it. Because again, going back, it is money that I can afford to set aside and let it grow. There's a saying, make your money, make money, make more money.
Mhm.
Diba? Uh, that is the right way of mindset in terms of investing. Rather than gamitin natin yung pera natin pang shopping, pang ano, make them work hard for you and earn more money, right?
Yes.
And that's the ika nga, I can also mga tidbit of tips and learnings that I have through the years for it. And earlier pala si Miguel was able to answer that in terms of what if the markets goes down. One thing pala, by the way, is that all of these the returns that you see here are all paper gain, paper loss. Ano ibig sabihin nun? No? If you do not redeem or if you do not panic, kunya medyo bumabagsak yung markets like the stock market, medyo bumabagsak siya, tas huwag kang magpanic because lahat yan, babalik ulit yan sa taas. No?
Yes.
It will all go back. Markets are always cyclical. Just spend time in that investment. Don't panic. Don't follow the herd mentality na lahat lumabas, kung nagpanik, lahat lalabas yan dyan. Then pag sabay-sabay pumapasok rin, it is basically really the idea of it is that pag bumagsak yung market, it's just paper gain, paper loss until you realize, kasi kung nag-redeem ka, you're redeeming it at a loss, no? So let it go back up and let it, again, going back to what Miguel, it's really investment horizon. Mark also mentioned it, investment, long-term investments. So those are the things that we hope to share to you tonight in terms of what we need to do in terms of, when it comes to investing. Ram?
Right, sir. And before I move to Miguel and have our quick break, I'd like to shout out Miss Marta Zazon, who is currently watching
boss.
right now. And go Mark, okay, with a blue heart. Okay. So, again, Miguel, a few insights about it.
Yeah, I think actually on the misconceptions, the main one that I usually kind of hear, especially from people that medyo similar age and when we were younger, diba, is bond funds don't make you any money, diba? And then going back to what Andrew and Mark talked about kanina, na parang sa local setting, very equity centric tayo. Parang pag narinig mo investments, you think equities. And I can see why naman kasi yan yung lagi na sa media, diba? ANC, all these things, always been. When I started working, ganun rin. Iniisip ko lang, I was gonna get a job as a bond trader, pero iniisip ko, saan ako makakabili ng equities, diba? And that's the misconception, I think, diba? For the reasons I mentioned earlier, na you'll always have a place for a bond fund in your portfolio kasi who knows the next time when some big global parang catastrophe is gonna happen and bond funds are going to be the main recipient, diba? Or who knows when or I mean that's just the emergency reason, pero there's always going to be a part of your portfolio that will want some stability, diba? Marami sa atin mahilig sa excitement, diba? Pero I think gusto natin manood ng series. Ayaw natin makita yung value ng pera natin gumagano'n every day na sobrang volatile, diba? And a bond fund can kind of give you that level of stability na of course papalit yung mark to market niya or yung price niya daily, but it shouldn't be the very wide swings that you can maybe expect to see in riskier asset classes. So I think that's the most common misconception that, oh, you can't really make money in a bond fund, it's so slow, so I'll just put everything in equities. Because clearly, while you can make a lot in a riskier asset class, you can also lose a lot quickly.
Yeah.
And in times like that we've been having in the last 5 years, bond funds can make you a lot of money. I mean, since 2018, equity markets have been challenged. Since 2018, the last 5 years, bond funds have returned around 20% almost. So,
Diba? Galing, diba? I mean, it's not pag investment, equity markets agad yung misconception ng mga tao eh. There are other options, there are other asset classes that our guys or viewers could go invest in, no? So we'll have a little break, okay? Let's have a first raffle. So I'd like to, shout out to our viewers muna. We have Daniel De Jesus, I love bond funds, okay? Hi, Daniel. Okay, we also have Ivan Chris Onko, hashtag making lives better. Okay, guys, don't forget to share this live stream, no? So other friends, other kapamilyas, kabarkada, kapuso, whatever, could watch in and, learn more about the secret sauce or the kept secrets of bond funds, no? Okay? Now, let's have a quick raffle wherein we will get 2 names. Okay, we will get 2 names tonight and be winning one of our merchandises from ATRAM. So okay, let's have a lot of names here, no? Okay. Yan na po. Okay, we have Misha Minay Varana. Okay, congratulations, no? We will get in touch with you. And for our next winner, okay, guys, don't forget to scan in the QR code. Okay, comment making lives better. Comment Hashtag #AtranConvo. Okay, we have John Hiroshi Umeda Jr. Congratulations, John. Okay, I guess Japanese pa yata si sir. But, just tune in, okay? Marami pa tayong prizes waiting at the end of the show. We have a quiz. We also have grand prizes for you guys. So stay tuned. Okay, let's call in the MMAs. We have Miguel, Mark, and Sir Andrew. We have lots of questions here. We have mga kailangan pang pag-usapan tonight. But, okay, and then also, guys, please comment down below what are the questions you want to ask to them, and we will read your comments. Okay. For Miguel or Sir Mark or Sir Andrew, what are the risks associated with investing in bond funds and investing in G funds? I know we have been talking about returns, potential returns. How can investors mitigate this risk or maiwasan yung mga risk nito and ensure their investments are protected? I guess Sir Andrew could chime in first.
In terms of risk, of course, there's all types of investments. Number one, are not guaranteed, right? Because these are investments; these are not deposits, right? Insured by the PDIC and all of that. That's why it is it's called investments. There is risk. Earlier, Miguel was talking about it, and Mark was also talking about it in terms of the returns, right? In terms of may iba naliliitan sa returns kasi yung risk rin nun maliit din,
Yeah.
right? There is no such thing, ito misconception din, there is no such thing as no risk big returns. There is no such thing, right? If there is such an animal, then nandun na tayo lahat. Ako mismo nandun, ako pinakaunang mag-i-invest doon. But there is no such thing, no? We all have heard of it. The higher the risk, the higher the return, right? And vice versa. So, in terms of bond funds, there is little risk compared to equities, no? Time in terms of like default, mga geopolitical events also have an effect as well on that, no? So those are the things. But since these are bond funds, going back to sa pinakaunang sinabi ni Miguel, what are bonds in the first place? Diba? It's a technically kautangan ng gobyerno, right? At babayaran yung investor, which is tayo, at a certain interest rate. And pagdating ng maturity, babalik sa atin, no? So that's in terms of very simple terms in terms of that. So if you trust the government, if it's the Philippine government or the US, or it's basically a bond, no? Technically, pag nag-default isang country, magpiprint lang ng pera yan. Pero syempre tataasin ni inflation, but that is how it is, right? In terms of that, so in the back of it, that's why we wanted to push bond funds tonight. Focus natin is bond funds tonight, given that it's what is happening right now in the markets. Miguel mentioned it earlier. I think we do believe that this is the right time to really consider these types of investments, no? Rather than what we used to be the equities agad, no? Something that we need to have in our portfolio. Mark mentioned it earlier. We need to have a good mix of portfolio inside when it comes to investment, no? Imagine it's a pizza pie. Dapat mayroon a slice of it in bonds, a slice of it in equities, right? And a mix of other stuff, real estate, right? And others. So that is what we call a very diversified investor when it comes to putting up their portfolio.
I
Mark?
have a comment here from Ronald Rencio, importance of risk management assessment. No? Ganda. I would like to ask Miguel if you have insights on this.
Sure. I think Andrew did like a really good job explaining a little bit more about the nature of funds and reiterating about bonds, diba? So I think to answer the direct question, what can you do to kind of mitigate the risk? It's really understand what type of strategy you're investing into, diba? Like Andrew said, there's no such thing as yung maliit na or zero risk tapos mataas na return. Otherwise, we'd all be in it. And anybody that kind of promises that I hate to say the word, but that's where the risk that it's too good to be true and potentially a scam actually exists. Because unless you understand how your money going in comes out this way, it's not that good practice to invest in it. Diba? So understand na lang what strategy you're investing in, whether it is a bond fund or an equity fund or a crypto fund or anything. And so you have a certain level of comfort na medyo naiintindihan mo kung ba't nag-down yung investment mo. So, for bond funds, alam natin, when interest rates are going up, tinatamaan yung price mo baba, di ba? When interest rates are going down, tumataas yung price and the fund gains. So we know na parang kung inflation biglang umakyat ulit and interest rates go up again, tatamaan yung price ng bond funds natin. So at least di tayo masyadong natatakot na hindi natin alam yung nangyayari kasi naiintindihan natin yung basic relationship. So I think it's really more that understand the strategy or the nature of the strategy you're invested in so that you have that level of comfort or familiarity. I'll segue lang, quick anecdote, di ba?
Go.
Actually ako, hindi ako crypto person, diba? I don't understand it. I'm a professional investor, but I don't really understand crypto. Pero all the same, nadala rin ako ng konti, diba? And but I followed one of the basic investing principles, which is only allocate whatever amount you are prepared to do without, diba? Or potentially lose in something that is very risky. So naglagay kami ng wife ko ng maliit na pera. Pero saan namin linagay? Sa Luna. Well, we all know what happened in Luna, diba? It went to practically zero. It's worthless. But I didn't lose any sleep over it. I know there were a lot of people na nahirapan dyan kasi pinasok nila lahat. But we didn't put everything in. We barely put anything in. And so that's the example of like a bad investment decision, but sticking to the kind of investment principles that protected me from what could have been, like greater impact. So yun, understand what you're investing in, invest appropriately.
All right. Again, I'd like to hear from Mark as well, how you can mitigate some of the risks in investing in G funds in general.
Yeah, so a lot of the things na nabanggit ni Miguel and ni Sir Andrew really about investing. So siguro I can't add anything beyond what they said. And what I'll do is siguro yung experience nyo as GCash users, as GFunds users.
Yes.
I think one of the common risks that we really face, and by the way, I believe this is not unique to GCash, any digital platform, nandyan talaga yung risk na yan. Ito yung account takeover. You fall into something, you click on a link, and somebody's trying to access your account and trying to liquidate your investments, for instance. So, let's try to make sure na yung paulit-ulit na paalala, gagawin talaga natin. Like, never share your MPIN or pag nakakuha ka ng OTP, don't share it to anybody. And I'd also like to take this opportunity to mention a couple of weeks back, we actually deployed yung what we called yung GCash Double Safe. So with that, you'll be able to now link yung isang device mo to your GCash account. And every time your GCash account will be accessed via a new device, you will actually be asked to do a selfie scan as well on top of the usual MPIN and OTP. So it's a very secure method to actually access your GCash account. So again, ipapaalala ko lang po, let's make sure na walang ibang maka-access ng account natin. If ever may mga links na pinapadala sa atin, let's be prudent enough to think twice before clicking on it kung legit pa talaga yan. And try to really manage your account na ikaw lang yung gumagamit niyan para talagang safe tayo.
Yes, that is true. I like that feature, parang you have to take a selfie for your verification. But we have a question here, Mark, from Jerry Love Young. Sir, ang GCash po ba gagana pa rin kahit nasa ibang bansa ako?
Yes. So actually, we have a good number of clients abroad. And we recently launched din yung GCash overseas. So talagang more and more people can actually use GCash wherever they are in the world.
Ayun. I hope we have clarity on that, And of course, the beauty of investing in G funds, hindi lang kayo invested in in one fund or in two funds. You can, invest in all the funds, especially in ATRAM funds. Okay. For the next question, we have for Miguel and Mark again. Again, I guess we can go with Mark muna. How can investors use these products in conjunction with other investment options to achieve financial goals?
Yeah. So siguro, since kanina pa natin pinag-uusapan yung bond fund,
Yeah.
papaalala ko lang ulit kung ano yung mga nabanggit na. Yung bond fund, it's really a very important part of your portfolio if you're looking for something na relatively stable and something na para sa medyo, sabihin na natin, short term na investment horizon. I'm talking about maybe more than a year, 2 years, or 3 years. And again, yung isang misconception na binanggit ni Miguel na akala ng ibang tao, you won't earn money from bonds or bond funds. That's not the case. It's actually one of the best performing assets, again, over the past 5 years, despite the stock market being flat. And siguro just zooming out on yung bond funds being one of your options, just going back to GCash, I think sa GCash, what we aim to do is really complete yung wealth management journey ng mga tao. So again, we have G funds there. I highly suggest you guys check it out kung hindi pa kayo familiar dito. This will allow you to dip your toes, start investing for a low amount of money. And beyond G funds, we keep on trying to add more investment options through your GCash wallet. So very soon, we'll have direct access to G stocks. So ito na yung direct investments sa publicly listed companies natin. We already have yung G-Save, which should be the foundation of your investment or wealth management journey. And again, we also have yung G-Insure. So I think taken all together, kompleto na yung kailangan mo talaga sa journey mo. So it's really all about taking action.
Yeah, and before I let Miguel answer that question as well, I would like to remind everyone if you guys open tonight, from tonight until April 23, you get the prize from us. Just key in the screenshot of your new G Funds account and send to our marketing team, and we are happy, and we'll have a raffle and be the lucky winner from one of our ATRAM's merchandises as well. So we go back, Miguel, if you have any insights on this one.
Sure. I think yung answer ni Mark, sobrang sakto na nun, diba?
Yes.
Like, it's about matching the product and the strategy to your investment horizon, investment objective, diba? And like Mark mentioned, on the platform, there are already available so many different types of strategies. So it's really just utilizing lahat ng tools na yan in order to kind of meet your investment, your many different investment objectives. Sabi nga ni Andrew kanina, diba? Like we all live in like an age where being able to invest is like so convenient. Kasi ako naabutan ko pa yung time na 5,000 pesos para magbukas ng savings account. Di nga 5, 10 nga eh. And
Yeah.
diba? And today you can invest in a fund, highly diversified, professionally managed fund for 50 pesos through GCash. I mean, back in the day, you wanted to open a savings account, but they wouldn't let you unless you had 10,000 bucks. Who has 10,000 bucks? Who's starting to save pa lang, diba? I mean, so just the tools are all available, and it's really just using them, I think.
Yeah, I guess yung benefits of this technology that we have right now, no? But I have a question here for Mark, directly to Mark. Okay. How can investors use technology and data to optimize their investments? No? What are the tools and resources that are available that to help them to make informed decision?
Yeah, I think generally speaking, technology and data, they basically allowed all would-be investors or even existing investors to have a set of information that they can use for their investments. So na-democratize na actually yung access to information or yung trying to educate yourself. Kasi dati, ang hirap niyan eh. Kung gusto mo mag-invest bukod sa yung logistical requirements, paperworks that you need, yung isa pang barrier dyan actually is yung knowledge. Yung paano ko ba maintindihan to? How does it work? Anong laman yan? Anong nagpapagalaw dyan? Questions like that. Or even, paano ko matatrack yung performance ng investment ko over time? So dati, I can imagine how difficult it could have been, right? But ngayon, with all the data, all the technology, again, yung access nandyan na, lahat to, wala na talaga tayong, to be honest, excuse not to start investing. And just to mention what we're doing with the services that we have sa GCash, we continue to try to improve kung ano yung user experience ng mga tao. So, para dun sa mga original G-Invest users natin, I'm pretty sure nakita nyo yung evolution ng pages namin over time to where it is. So, for example, today, if you have a G-Funds account, you'd like to top up into the funds that you already own, dati ang dami mo pang pages or clicks na pupuntahan. Ngayon, isang click na lang, mapupunta ka na dun sa fund that you own. Or if you'd like to track yung progress ng order mo, ngayon meron na tayong page that will allow you to see where exactly your order is and kung kailan siya madadan, things like that. And I also like to mention yung usual FAQs natin, lingering questions in our head. Meron tayong help center po sa GCash, GFunds in particular, you can access it through the app. Baka maraming tanong doon masagot via our help center. Highly suggest you check it out. And also yung mga newbie investors natin, talking about educating yourself, accessing information. We did actually launch yung Usapang Pera articles namin a couple of weeks back. And check it out. It's in our website. It will allow you to gain foundational knowledge that will help you with your investment journey.
Yeah, I actually have to agree on Mark, no? I guess one time nagkaroon ako problema with GCash, and right there and then yung customer service was really great, no? Okay. For the next question, for our newbies, of course, for the new to investments, I will not forget you guys. What advice for Sir Andrew and Sir Miguel? What advice do you have for your investors, for investors who are new to investing? Okay, mga newbies, mga froshies, and what steps should they take to get started and ensure their investments are successful? Sir Andrew?
Yeah, I mean, again, advice, again, going back is in terms of for the newbies is that there are, again, going back, you have to know why you're really in, what's your real objective in terms of investing, no? Then take a step back and look at the returns in terms, look at make your research in terms of the investments, no? Not all investments are alike. Iba-iba yan. Similar to all of us, we all have different characteristics. We all have different characters. We all have different needs and wants. So in terms of the investments, each and every type of investment, though they see for example, in ATRAM, we have 33 types of funds that one can invest in, but all 33 of them are different from each other, right? Similarly to the funds that we have in G funds. All of them are different. All of them have different types of purposes in terms of where it is invested. Earlier, Mark mentioned about we launched new funds. We have a fund investing in global healthcare,
Yes.
right? Global healthcare, which is basically everything that was happening during the pandemic, everything that we all need that type of investment and that type of fund, that type of investment invested in that type of segment. We have global infrastructures, companies that invested in the future of the world, infrastructure, right? Unbelievable in terms of that. Before, you have to have a private banking account. You need to have millions of pesos before you can invest in these types of investments. But now, for just as low as 1,000 pesos through G Funds, through GCash's app partnership as well with ATRAM, you can now invest in these types of investments, right? Unbelievable in terms of what we have now in terms of access for you. So as a newbie investor, make those research. No, we suggest that you go to our website as well. You go to GCash's website as well. We do have our own FAQs. We do have a very, very well populated in terms of content in your YouTube channel. It's called ATRAM Studios. Go there. All of our webinars, all of our lectures are all there. Take time to look at it. And similarly to Gcash, they have a lot of materials out there that you can as well watch and learn as well. So make those research. I think I would probably do focus on that, and I'll leave other tips and advice to Miguel and to Mark.
Yeah. Thank you, Sir Andrew. Actually, totoo yan. We do have lots of resources in ATRAM Studios, in the websites of Gcash. Those are available. And, as simple as Googling, what are bond funds, what are the available funds under Gcash. Go, guys. You won't want to miss it out. Okay. Miguel, could you have any advice to our new investors?
Sure. I think, very basic lang yung advice. At the end of the day, before you make any investment, you have to be able to answer the three questions, which is, what's my investment objective? Diba? Like, am I gonna leave this for the future because it's the start of like my fund for my baby, like sabi ni Mark kanina, or is this going to be pang good time na fund na pocket, diba? And then that goes to your next, what's the investment time horizon, diba? Are you willing to wait for some time so you can maybe handle a bit of volatility, or
Yeah.
do you know that you need the money back right away, very soon, weeks, months? And then you layer the third question there. What is my investment risk appetite? Kasi meron rin mga tao na although they have a long-term investment horizon, they are really risk averse. So, kahit na 5-year plan, 10-year plan, ayaw nila makita na medyo volatile yung swings, which is fine. As long as you ask yourself and answer those three questions before every time you make an investment, then the answer that you come to should not be wrong, because it is the right investment for you given your parameters. I'll layer that lang with yung mga nabanggit kanina from some of our commenters, diba? About habits. So, pag nasasagot mo na yung three main questions na yan, be disciplined with your investing. It's very hard to time the markets, even for professionals like us who have to sit in front of our computers every day to try and time it. So take away that risk from yourself, and allocate a certain portion that you're willing to put away into your investments at a set time, at a set period, so that it's automatic. So that hindi mo na pinoproblema kung naalala mo ba gawin or whether you have enough this month. And makikita mo talaga that it never feels like it's big habang pinapasok natin. Parang it never feels like. But, for those that are putting 500 pesos in a week, 500 pesos feels small when you're putting it in. But in a month, that's 2,000 pesos.
Yeah.
In a year, that's 24,000 pesos. And if you're just disciplined about doing that from January, by December, you're going to have 24,000 pesos, hopefully more than that, based on your investment, that you didn't have at the beginning of the year, and that you maybe would not have had, that you definitely would not have had if you didn't have the discipline to just continue doing that. So those are for me, those are the tips that I can give a beginning investor.
That's right. I also wanted to chime on that. Another tip for me, what worked for me, you're not just investing now for yourself, but you're also investing for your future self. Diba? I've been working for like 10 years already, and sana there's always a question na sana I started earlier, diba? And to make that leap na for as low as 50 pesos in G funds, no, it for everyone, it made you easier to invest in, no. So delayed gratification, and malay mo, the fund that you've been working on for the last 10 years, for the next 20 years of your life, probably for your retirement or for your future wedding budget as well, no. So for our last question, I have here for Miguel and Mark, but I want Mark Munas to answer this. What role do you see bond funds and investment virtual wallets playing in the future of investing? And how do you see these products evolving and changing in the coming years?
Yeah, I think for the investment virtual wallets part, similar to our current experience and what we've been seeing over the past few years, yung increase in adoption for sure, digital players like ourselves, yan talaga yung makikita natin na lalong magdi-deepen. In fact, I've heard this story or somebody say na ngayon we have over three-fourths of the UITF investors via GCash. We're talking about more than 1 million Filipino investors. And it took the industry at least 2 decades, right? If I'm not mistaken, to get to that figure. And with GCash, it only took just a year, right? So you can see yung power of reach talaga ng digital wallet in today's age. So for me, yung magiging future talaga niya is all about having a fun, having an easy, and having an engaging experience. So I mentioned earlier, we are looking into adding more products sa GCash. Watch out for those products in the future. And again, as our GFunds users would know, we keep on innovating, improving our user experience, and you can expect the same going forward.
All right. Miguel?
Sure.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, if it's the same question, then I think that bond funds will continue to serve yung current function nila, diba? Which is a very stable, I feel, safe, relatively safe investment vehicle for those that need that, diba? And more because of the access that platforms like GCash, GInvest allow users to gain knowledge and access to these types of funds. It will allow investors to have much more well diversified portfolios. Diba? Hindi na tayo like, oh, I'm only invested in one strategy, one asset class. Medyo nahirapan yung asset class na yun. Ano nagagawin ko, diba? Now you have the chance that your bond fund is doing well when those other funds are not. And more to the point, I think that, well, like we said, over the last 5 years, bond funds have done very well. And I think that at least over the coming year, over this year, bond funds will continue to do well.
All right. I see comments here from Jan Michael Polonia. Let's go. # making lives better. Okay. Before I let you go, Mr. MMAs, Mark, Miguel, and Andrew, let's have a quick quiz. No? Okay. And you might need your help in answering these quizzes. No? But we have 3 short but sweet questions for our audience tonight. And the first one to comment in will be the winner, and our friends from ATRAM will be the one reaching you out. So, okay. But before that, okay, paano namin malalaman you're the winner? Follow our Viber community page at #ATRAM community. So don't forget to join our Viber community as well. All right. Okay. You know what? I'll give you 10 more seconds, to ready yourself for the quiz, no? Okay, and I'll just read some of the comments here. We have Ivan Onko, making lives better, yes. Okay. We also have Jaya Triya Berin, thanks GCash. Okay. Okay. Yeah, Tommy Briones, #ATRAM, #Better Lives, Smart Investors. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's start in for the question number 1. True or false? GFunds is the investment marketplace feature of GCash app that allows you to buy, manage, and sell investment products from our trusted partner providers such as ATRAM. True or false? Okay, I'll give. Okay. All right, the answer is true. Okay, only in GFunds, guys. So what are you guys waiting for? Start filling up, downloading your app, GCash app, and then start enrolling to GFunds. Okay, for question number 2. Okay, fill in the blanks. Blank manages some of the best performing funds in the Philippines. And Blank is the first standalone trust corporation in the Philippines and received licenses to operate in October 2016 from BSP or Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. The Blank Trust provides and manages 5 funds available on G Funds. Okay? And that is correct. We have ATRAM. So ATRAM manages the best funds in the Philippines. Okay, ako na magsasabi nun. And you know what? Guys, start investing. Ano pang hinihintay nyo mga ka-GG, mga ka-Gcash? Start now. Okay? For the last question, multiple choice. Okay? A fund that is composed of a variety of Philippine government bonds and Philippine corporate bonds. It is categorized as a moderate account with a moderate ratings on both risk levels and potential return. The goal of this fund is to preserve and maintain your principal amount while maintaining income levels for potential capital gains. We have letter A, ATRAM Philippine Sustainable Development and Growth Fund. B, ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund. C, ATRAM Global Equity Opportunity Feeder Fund. And letter D, ATRAM Corporate Bond Fund. You know what? Itong mga
Pinakita ko yan kanina. Pinakita ko yan sa ano ko. Sa
mga options natin.
portfolio ko.
No? These are the best performing funds. Mahirap siyang sagutin, to be honest. Okay? Alright. And the correct answer is letter B. ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund. Congratulations to all our keyboard warriors, to our participants tonight. Maraming salamat po for, participating. And guys, wag muna kayong malis because we still have many more prizes for tonight's streaming. Okay? Again, do not forget to follow our Viber community, #ATRAM community, dahil dito natin ipopost yung mga complete list of winners. Yan, dyan. Okay? #ATRAMPH community. Search nyo na. Okay? Sa Viber accounts nyo. Okay? Thank you so much, mga MMAs, Miguel, Mark, and Andrew. I'm sure a lot of our audience was able to learn about what you have shared on funds, investing as well. Yung mga simple tips and tricks on if you're a new investor, how can I start, when to start, especially with the different ATRAM funds that is available in G Funds. I would like to ask Miguel, Mark, and Sir Andrew for the final words. Miguel, you can go. Before I leave you, parting words, yeah.
Okay, just thank you everybody for your time tonight. Thank you to Andrew and Mark for sharing the knowledge, and thank you to Ram. Taas ng energy level, mataas yung bar. I hope that you guys found the info useful and that you invest in some ATRAM's funds to Gcash. Thank you.
Mark?
Yeah, so once again, salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanood ngayong gabi, and thank you to our partners from ATRAM. So we're always more than happy to support this kind of initiatives. And siguro yung masasabi ko na lang, especially for those na hindi pa nag-start mag-invest, for me, this applied also many years back when I was starting my journey. The best form of learning really is through experience. And with the access that you've been given through Gcash, again, paulit-ulit kami, hindi ganun kalaki yung kailangan mong pera to start. Don't waste the opportunity. Start as early as you can, and yung learning, it's always there. And then for the existing investors naman, don't stop learning. And hopefully tonight, you've learned something new. Bond funds might not have been part of your portfolio before, might be something you'd like to consider in the future, and just keep investing.
Sir Andrew?
Yeah, again, thank you everyone for staying with us and listening in. Maybe parting words and my last advice probably for tonight. Number one is that I give you a story in a sense that I just saw an article recently, and then tidbit of information is that the CEO of Coca-Cola earned $50 million last year. Warren Buffett earned 508 million
Oh.
out of the dividends that they earned from Coca-Cola, right? We heard all these stories about be the boss, be the boss. Don't be the boss, be the investor. Be the investor, right? Who wants to be a boss when you can be the investor? And goes back to all the stories that Mark mentioned. You haven't started investing or haven't started investing into any type of investment like this, like G fund, through G funds, forget about it. It's in the past. Forget about it. Focus on today and your future self. What Ram mentioned earlier, let's do it. Let's do it because this is the best time to invest in bonds because we've never seen interest rates yields this high in a very, very long time. No, before bonds into. Okay, so and good night everyone, and I'm Bam.
Thank you, Sir Andrew, for those parting words. The MMAs of the financial industry, Mark, Miguel, and Andrew, the heavy hitters. Maraming salamat po for tuning in, for sharing some insights to our friends in GCash and ATRAM. Okay. And now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, we'll be drawing not just one, not just two, but 8 lucky winners who will receive Bluetooth speakers, Bluetooth speakers, and wireless chargers sponsored by our friends from ATRAM. Okay? And before we, start that wheel of fortune, I'll give you 20 seconds, guys. Scan that QR code. Don't worry, that's not my Gcash QR code. Alright? Scan that QR code para may chance kayo manalo in the raffle tonight. Okay? And also, don't forget, I wanted to plug lang naman yung social media pages namin. We have ATRAM Studio in YouTube. We have Viber communities, #ATRAMPH community. Okay? Our Facebook pages, share it to your friends, kapamilya, kabarkada. Okay? And you know what? Since we have been receptive to our clients and to our viewers, we'll have another series of this one. Okay, so just stay tuned. Okay, so that's 20 seconds. Okay, for our first winner, I'd like to, get that wheel. Okay. And for our first winner, we have Raul Matias. Congratulations, Sir Raul. Okay? Wherever you are, regardless kung anong bansa ka man, congratulations. Our next Miss Maria Criselda Manuel. Okay, congratulations, Criselda. Don't worry, our friends from ATRAM will contact you on how to receive those prizes. Our next winner, Richard Alexander James Uy. Congratulations, Richard. Guys, scan the QR code, ha? Pwede pa humabol. Our next winner, we have Crisostomo Torre Jr. Congratulations! Okay. Kahit nasa angkas ka pa, okay, pwede kang manalo here in ATRAM. So, just have to be safe. Pero, scan that QR code or, click on that link. Okay, for our next winner, we have Carlos Peñazo Jr. Congratulations! And aside from this raffle, for those newbies na gusto mag-start investing, we also have prizes for you guys. So, you know what? Start now. We have, the next winner, we have Brian Amada. Congratulations, Brian. You're welcome, Sir Raul Matias. I see you. Okay. For our next winner, we have Maria Leonie May Polse. And for our last winner, okay, we have Erison Alice. I hope I got your name right. Congratulations to our 8 winners. Okay. But please, guys, please, we still have chances in winning and sharing this community, this live stream, and we also have chances in winning on those new to G funds, no? Okay. So with that, again, I encourage everyone to, to follow our hashtag ATRAMPH community in our Viber. And so you'll have the updates, the tidbits, and all the tips that investing in ATRAM, especially in ATRAM. Okay. Congratulations to everyone. And also, don't forget to subscribe to our social media pages. You know what? Like, follow, ring that bell so you'll have notify we're all new materials, new posted videos for you to get started in your investment journey. Again, guys, mga ka-GG, mga ka-ATRAM funds, mga ka-seed box, or for any financial communities where you are, it is never too late or too late to start investing. Investing ensures you that you will always have enough for the things that you need, and especially for the things that are important to you. And most importantly, to give you that freedom to achieve your dreams and goals, to help you take charge of your future. We hope to see you next episode, guys. I know it's a happy Thursday, pero feeling ko Friday na. Okay? Guys, I will see you. Take care and enjoy the rest of the evening. Have a long, great weekend.